the freak phone. And here's the party freak, Freddy Freaker. Dancing new sensation, grabbing the nation, doing the freak call now.
Oh, we were talking about dying, leaving behind a sick corpse.
Yeah, leave a radical corpse behind. Yeah, if your autopsy report doesn't have the word bitchin' in it.
And like Dorito stains.
Cause of death being fucking dank.
Yeah, it's the Kyle Kinane joke of like live a life where Red Bull sends flowers to your funeral.
I'm just like, I think about like modern skateboard tricks. Remember when Tony Hawk pulled a 900?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I
And,
think about it every day.
And it was like
They made a whole
world-shattering.
video game franchise off of that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like it was world shattering that like he did a
Yeah.
900. Now it's just like a 10-year-old down the street at the roller rink is like, watch me bust a 9.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
Jesus. Like what's gonna be the next one? Like watch me like ascend into the quantum plane, pops an ollie
Yeah.
and just disappears.
Watch me do a 540 while eating another skateboard.
Maybe it's all that like fetal alcohol syndrome, right? You burn off all the other brain cells and you're just really fucking good at eating and skating
Yeah.
a skateboard.
Yeah, it's like you got to start like they start even younger and younger. Now there's like just toddlers who are just like stapled to a birdhouse board and just kick down a fucking ramp.
Man, you know a lot
Exactly.
of skate references. I'm gonna come over there and flate you right now.
You know what? We can 69 right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, you gonna give him a
On a
bop,
skateboard.
Yeah, we're gonna 6900 right now.
We're gonna brap.
Bop? Yeah, you're gonna go whop, whop.
I'm gonna McTwist those nuts.
I do a 50-50 grind down that hog.
Yeah.
I'm a stanky leg your ass.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Right? Isn't that when you like ride the skateboard with your foot in the front?
That's goofy footed.
Goofy footed. Why did I
Yeah.
think stanky leg?
Well, goofy footed's right footed. Like right foot up front. I'm goofy footed myself.
I'm not goofy foot.
I'm
You're
also
right.
goofy foot.
Yeah. We get it.
Do either of you push Mongo?
Do we never push
Fuck
Mongo?
no.
Yeah.
What are we, cops?
I'm not a mongoloid, so
Yeah, come
no.
on.
I think I need help.
Yeah, that's fine.
You
We
need to be fucking
We've
sick,
been making
bro.
up words for the last minute, by the way.
Hold on to your butts, idiots, because you're watching Dollar Bin of Doom. Each episode, your hosts, Kevin and Sam, watch a movie they find for $1 and discuss if it was worth it. Spoilers, it rarely is. And now, your least favorite friend's favorite YouTube channel, The Miserable Hair People.
Start.
Yeah, what are we doing?
We're all very tired.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dollar Bin of Doom. We are joined this time by Aaron,
I'm
classic,
Returning favorite.
classic guest.
Classic disappointment.
And we brought Andrew along, and he's a fucking bearded Adonis who vaguely looks like Jake Gyllenhaal.
I thought you were
little
gonna say
bit.
who vapes.
Slightly. Who vapes? Who blows fucking hot cotton.
He is what we call a serial vapist.
Vape
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, man.
Shit.
Thank you. All right, crack it, baby.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, my fingernails.
The nattiest of daddies.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Bless your souls.
Andrew, what did we watch today?
Oh, where's
was-
the
it was your pick.
It was
your pick.
Actually my second pick, but the first pick, as we all
Don't
know.
mention the first one because nobody cares and we always edit it out.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, Sasquatch Hunter, I believe is the name.
Hunters.
Oh, Sasquatch
plural.
Hunter.
There are more than one Sasquatch hunter.
What was this movie about, Andrew?
Well, starts off with a couple of rednecks walking around a forest, and
Oh, yeah, I
Making-
forgot
Yeah, it
about
does.
those.
Yeah, making like shitty
they're
masculine
very
jokes.
forgettable. Yeah.
Yeah.
They get murdered by a Sasquatch.
These professional hunters go out with very well equipped. What do they bring with them, Sam?
One of them bought obviously the most masculine shotgun that I've ever seen. And then another one brought a pussy ass M9.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't gonna hit nothing with that little pussy ass 9mm.
We'll see about that.
No, it was a pussy ass 9 mil.
9 mil. I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
We would have got letters if
Right.
we didn't correct ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Mr. NRA.
That's right. Our biggest fan.
He loves
That
us.
guy
We get
loves
tons
us.
of
When we
letters.
shit on Trump, he's like over the moon.
Oh, he loves it. Yeah. So it's just them slurring at each other, right? Like not like racial slurs.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like they're like hammered.
Yes, the typical horror movie kind of bullshit intro
Ooh,
where
there's something out there.
you have a group of characters that are there just to get killed to set up the intrigue for whatever the
Except one of them got bashed into a tree
that's
like a
right.
fucking baseball bat.
Yeah.
Which
That was so good.
probably the best. That's the highlight of the movie, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
That's when we were like in. It hooked us hard.
Yeah.
It popped early.
Yeah. What's your phrase? I cracked him like a whip.
Yeah, you always
Cracked him like a
you
fucking
always
whip.
joke about that. Like, oh, that was so cool. They cracked him like a whip, and then he's like, "All right."
I think I think that's the first time I've seen that in a piece of cinema.
We did.
So we
Yes,
get
couple times.
introduced to our colorful cast of weirdos.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugly porn
Park
stars.
rangers and scientists and
Right.
yeah, people just kept showing up and then disappearing throughout the movie.
Yeah. Bye.
This movie suffers from having just a series of kind of unnecessary characters. Like a lot of movies like this, they have really colorful characters. Black guy, chick with boobs, nerd kid, and they're all dressed
And then
like
horny
cartoon
guy.
versions of
What they would be in real life.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
This movie had like 2 old people that were interchangeable as far as I was concerned.
The only
Yeah.
the only way I could tell them apart, one of them was in khaki and one of them was in blue.
3 basic looking white dudes.
Right.
And the only people you could tell apart were the girls. Because one had a pink shirt with a fucking huge dick.
That's true.
One
We're
acted like a
assuming.
12-year-old.
Right.
Right.
And
then tits.
and then there was a walking pair of tits.
The chick with
Yeah.
tits.
Well, it's like
And then there was a creep.
there was
right?
a horny creep.
There
But
was a
the creep-
weirdo.
The creep, if he wasn't doing his creep smile, would blend in with the
Right.
other generic dude.
You know what? We got a lot of in this movie, and I'm not going to make you do a montage because it would take 4 hours.
Yeah.
A lot of like, hey man, clunk. How's it going? Like a lot of meat slapping in
Expressing
this movie.
emotion at arm's length, just like, are you okay?
I just saw Andrew like want to kill you in that moment.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna kill my friend. It's just gonna happen.
I love to do this on like our motors, like when we're like on our scooters, and I'll just bap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Push
great.
him over,
Yeah.
fucking grind
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah, throw
Yeah.
a rebar in his spokes. Get fucked, loser.
Didn't see that coming, pranked you.
They're on an archaeology
Right.
expedition, is what we
Because they
find.
heard
Yes.
about some dang bones or some
Yeah.
shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
While they're starting their hike, our final hick kind of saunters up, sees them in the distance, is about to yell. He goes, and then
He gets
Sasquatch just
squashed.
goes, "Bark."
He gets squashed real hard.
He gets
Wait,
squashed.
was he the one who got like yeeted in? He was the one who
He
got.
was the one that got whipped into a tree. So Squatch
Right.
just picked him up and then just went bang against a tree.
Yeah, much like you would imagine, like if you were to like shake the dust out of a towel.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know?
exactly right. And this starts the theme of really poor 3D that lasts not very
Yeah.
long because at least
Yeah.
the person who made it knew it wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They give up on that later in the movie, but it's quick cuts in the beginning.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see a little bit of Squatch and then the movie
Yeah, a
moves
lot of
on.
like Squatch,
Yeah.
like just a tight close up on Squatch's face.
Yeah. This is a perfect time in cinema history where you can do your own CG, but
Yes.
you really shouldn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this
Right.
guy's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck it, I'm gonna go for it," but not too much because we still got the dudes in suits.
And it's
Yes.
just these park rangers are there to escort this troop of scientists
Right.
to go look at these bones.
Right. And it's like a 2-to-1 ratio. They need 2 park rangers to every scientist.
Right? Yeah, it's like when
Yeah.
it's like when you see like an accident and there's like one like, car on its side and there's like 19 police cars and 4 fire engines. And it's
Right.
like, wow, I can purge right now.
Right. Just 9 people in a circle just looking down at a corpse.
Yeah, kicking around like a headlight.
Yeah, his phone's in his hand, and I could see the text he was trying to send to his wife.
Get that pussy ready. That's gross. Jesus. I'm coming to dip into that.
They go venturing bro.
Yeah,
dude.
They get out in the wilderness.
There's like 20 minutes of B-roll of them just like prancing around the stink hole.
Yeah, there's a lot of walking
mosquito hole
and walking and talking. No sucking and fucking.
Not a lot of sucking and fucking.
And
Not enough, some would say.
Never enough.
Yeah.
A lot of
For you love that.
Oh yeah,
That's your favorite thing.
I've always said that about you.
You were hoping Sasquatch was just gonna leap on someone and suck and fuck his.
That's how you pick the movie. You're like, this one looks like it has a lot of sucking and fucking in it. Can we watch this one?
Yeah.
There's a 40-minute sequence of them just walking and talking.
Yeah.
They try and sleep in like freshly bought Target tents.
Yeah, like they still have like the creases from being rolled up from the factory in them and shit.
We predicted nudity. We got boobs, but not like bare boobs.
No,
we got squash boobs.
Even like before, like there was that weird little bit where they were all sitting around the campfire, right? And then one person's like, "I'm going to bed," and everyone's like, "Well, us too."
Yeah.
And
everybody
then
gets up in unison as like one entity, and then walks
like they're
to
in
their
fucking church or something.
They're all chilled out, and then they just bounce, and you hear that like diving board noise.
Yeah.
And then horny guy just like, "You guys want a pork?
Oh yeah,
Do you want a pork?"
he makes the rounds,
But like they're right next to each other too, so it's just like, "Do you want a pork? Do you want a pork?"
It was a bit chaste. Like there really wasn't a lot of,
which was refreshing.
Yeah, once the Squatch started killing people, there wasn't a lot of relationship stuff.
No,
it was nice.
There wasn't a like, oh my god, we're alone. That was really scary. Here, stick your finger in my cunt.
I'll give you $3 if you don't cut that out.
Staying in. Cool. Contextless. So anyway, they're in the woods. Cut.
Use that as the intro.
Oh yeah. Cold open. Because that's a good way to start your YouTube video when you want the algorithm to like you. Just say cunt within the first 10 seconds.
That's kind of what happens for a while. And then they find the Squatch bones.
And they're just like, like, huh. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Like a real archaeologist.
Yeah.
That's old. That's an old bone.
Fuck. What are these bones?
You know when you buy like 2 gallons of paint at Home Depot, they give you a free paintbrush? They just had one of those, and they had the skull around. They had the skull in their fist, and they were holding it up like this
dirt
and just slightly painting it with the paintbrush.
Yeah, they were sitting on top of the soil, like on the ground, just not buried, nothing.
Yeah.
No,
and they're like, let's paint off this dust that isn't even here because these are way too fucking clean.
And they walk up like a bunch of dummies. They're like, it's an archaeological find.
Look, an archaeology.
Look, we did it.
Wow.
And then I think one of the people were like, oh, this is like a native burial ground?
I'm not really sure.
Indians, an ancient burial ground.
That's real problematic of what they think native skulls look like.
Yes.
Ooh. I'm just realizing that. Holy shit. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. This whole skull's got a big dent in it. Probably a native.
I think one of the characters like, this is a big fucking skull. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's like the size of a fucking like deli platter or some shit.
I think this was a chief fucked up head.
Yeah. She's holding it like a beach ball in her arm. That was kind of bad.
Okay. So they're kind of just like dumbly like, huh, we found a lot of perfectly preserved bones. And then they're like arguing about like, well, these all came from the same species. And at this point, we're just like, it's Squatch.
Yeah, they're trying to make this a real movie.
It's not a real movie.
It's not a real movie.
It's not a real movie.
Now, what I'm missing is so how do we get from there, from like them looking at the bones to like, what's his name, Spencer? The stepbro.
Oh.
Because we thought that they, like him and 12-year-old were clapping cheeks.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's an elephant man?
I'll tell you some other time. Good night.
Turns out they're stepbros.
They're related.
Yeah.
They're very much related.
By marriage.
Right.
Spencer, the movie finds a reason for Spencer to fuck off.
Yeah, like
he never comes back.
He has to go poop or something, right?
Spencer, I want you to check the perimeter of the clearing. See if you can find anything else we need to be aware of.
Okay.
And be careful.
Gotcha.
So Spencer fucks off, and basically he gets picked off, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then
And
12-year-old hones in on it.
Yeah, she does. She's really distressed by it. And the rest of them are too, right? They're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, that's weird.
It doesn't matter, but I think they were like gonna head out so that they could come back with more equipment.
That's
to get
right.
all
Right.
the
Because they
what
were
it
like, wow,
was.
this is a lot of fake bones.
Right. That stops them from heading out because they're, we got to find Spencer.
Yeah.
Right. So I think they spend another night.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't appear to like have moved anywhere.
No.
Right?
No.
They're in the same Walmart tents. One of them has like the stereotypical like 2 poles in a sheet tent, which I thought was really funny. And she was like sleeping with her feet out too, like
Straight out.
Like a hobo from like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
She's got like a jug with 3 X's on it. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
her bindle with her handkerchief is just like
Yeah.
sitting next to the tent.
Where's the nearest boxcar? I got to get to Tallahassee.
Yeah, when she snores, the tent like expands and then contracts.
Yep.
So yeah, she's just like Spencer. Her character really creeped me out. I'm glad this movie was kind of chaste because if she made the sex,
That would have felt bad.
it would have been real. It would have been real
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
Girls with tits get fucked all the time. That's fine.
Yeah, but
But if you act like a 3-year-old, it's not cool.
I
even
did-
though you're clearly in your 40s.
I do want to make a point though that a 12-year-old lady acting like she's 12,
Yeah.
I think was cast as dumb boob lady.
you did say that, and then they're like, we found bigger boobs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was a point I was going to make earlier. All of these characters, there were too many. They could have been condensed
Yeah.
into more specific characters, right?
Yeah.
So, like you said, boob lady and 3-year-old girl, could just mix her into one kind of dumb booby idiot,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
The 3 generic white guys, like
Squish them all in one,
maybe-
call it
you need
Taylor.
maybe
Yeah.
2
One
so
guy.
one can die.
Yeah, call it
Yeah.
Braden, we're fine.
Right.
Anyway, so stupid fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What were we talking about?
it kind of sucks because the next 40 minutes is no joke, kind
Yeah.
of the same shit. And
Yeah.
there's real quick peaks of excellent.
Right.
And those peaks usually involve terrible short clips of horrible
Yeah.
CG.
or
Yeah.
Squatch in a suit.
Or
Yeah.
yes, or Squatch in a suit kind of muffling around.
When the Squatch is on screen,
It's where we're yelling.
Kevin's a happy
Yeah.
boy.
Oh,
So they got.
God damn.
I've always wanted to see someone do that.
That was so stupid.
And I'm pretty
yeah.
sure it's a gorilla suit, not even like
It's 100% a
I
gorilla
think you're
suit.
completely
It is.
right.
Yeah. They didn't even try to put like some kind of humanoid.
Fangs
Yeah, we
or
barely saw
face
like
or
face.
something.
Yeah.
It just looked like an evil gorilla.
They didn't even like tell the guy in the costume to like walk weird. They're just like, just go over there.
What is it called? A ghillie suit? Whatever.
Yeah.
Gorilla suit?
A gorilla suit.
Gorilla suit.
This is a weird one.
This is, I think, one of those movies that its budget doesn't match the vision. I think also there's levels to these movies, right? You have the fucking garage movie, right? Land of College Prophets.
Yes.
It's that
Yeah.
level of like, we at less than no
Yeah,
money.
we're doing
because-
this with the hand
because we used my mom's credit card to buy beer.
right.
So we're finding shit around the house. Like we're scrambling together a movie. Like it looks like it's shot on one of our shitty handy cams.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Those are always good, by the way. Those are always enjoyably
You're completely wrong.
good in an
We've
MHP
watched
way.
like 2 that are good, and the rest are
Oh, really?
they're so cringeworthy that you become a
really?
singularity.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just implode into yourself. But
true.
but this movie is above that, right? Somebody in here had some money of some kind.
Yes.
Right.
They
Enough
had
money
their
to
mom's
buy.
Jeep. They had
Right.
access to a forest preserve. They
Right.
had some leftover Boy Scout uniforms.
Yeah.
And the director / animator had a good enough computer in 2004
Yeah.
to spend 48 days rendering a 2-second snip of
Right.
CG.
And they're going to use the fuck out of that
Yes,
footage.
they
Oh,
are.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the point of the movie where people start getting killed off.
Kind
right?
of.
One
Yeah.
by one, like
Right.
one of them
Yeah.
wanders off into the woods and gets squatched to death.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Thankfully, the first one that dies after Keith or whatever the fuck his name was,
Yeah.
was 3-year-old, 40-year-old woman.
Right, because she's like hyper fixated on getting Spencer, and of course she wanders into the woods, and there's his body just like hanging from the a tree.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Spencer!" And she flips him around. He flomps on the ground like a corpse.
Yeah.
He's bleeding and shit. And then she just like screams over him. She's like, "Ah!" Well, like, and then Squatch comes in literally in like 3 frames. It just goes bop.
and she screams. She gets squatched.
She gets squatched. Yes, that's a verb.
Yeah.
Squatched. And
Right?
and this is a cycle, right? Somebody gets peeled off. You hear a scream or a gunshot.
Mhm.
The rest of the characters come to investigate, find a body in a compromising position, all fucked up. Another person's dead. What the fuck's going on?
Yep.
Right.
Rinse, repeat until you get through all 43 of these fucking characters.
Yep.
Right.
End up in a shack.
The fuck shack.
They find her camera and are like going through it, being like, wow, she's really bad at photography. And then they find the cover art for the photo,
Right.
which is just like a blurry, like,
Right.
Yeah, like they photoshopped the eyes red. It was really bad.
yeah. And they're like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
that? Like a
that's pretty
Sasquatch or
terrible.
something? And then he gets like pulled through the
The guy who's just
wall.
been like posing just by the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Right.
window. Imagine that came back to bite him in the ass and he just gets like yoinked out of the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Our characters get boiled down to creepy dick, gray-haired
Blue shirt.
white guy with the blue shirt,
Right. The like
other old guy with the fucking bald spot,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Gigahog.
Gigahog, and generic hero white man.
Right.
Yes.
There was that part though where he gets yoinked out of the window and they're just like watching him get massacred for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
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 Bigfoot is in the logic of the movie.
Sasquatch.
Sorry, you're right.
Squatch.
Scorch is
Scorch.
from the logic of the movie is dragging the dude around the cabin,
Just
that
like
they're in.
whacking him into like the bear traps and shit.
Because
Yeah.
they hear something and then they whip their guns around to point in that direction. It's just them like rotating in the.
Yeah, he's doing hot laps around the fucking around the cabin, looking at every opening and then looking at the next opening.
Up until this point, there was like no blood, very little gore.
Aside from the guy getting whipped into a tree, but
Yeah.
She's like, fuck my ass and call me Sally. Where's my stepbro? And even we were like clutching our pearls, being like,
I'll also say that the rednecks had pretty foul mouths. But as far as
yeah, I
that
guess they
group,
do.
so it starts off with like a lot of vulgarity, and then
Yeah.
it starts
Christian
off with,
church.
and then we switch to the new people, and then they're all
Yeah.
it's like, you know, youth group kind of vibes until somebody
Right.
It
dies.
did have youth group vibes.
It did.
It really did.
Did.
So you kind of lost track of how much of like a potentially R-rated movie this is
Yeah.
for a while.
and that was kind of the boring shit of the movie.
Right.
Not kind of.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me take that from the top.
Yeah.
That was the boring shit of the
Right.
movie.
Right.
Unfortunately,
sadly.
even though there were kills sprinkled through, this is a bookend movie.
It
Definitely.
is.
The front bookend is the fucking whipped against a tree.
Yes.
Which was awesome.
Then there's a
Yeah.
whole movie in between that and Andrew. How does it conclude?
Suddenly, there's an
Yeah.
entire squad of squatches.
Yeah.
Squatch,
The Squatch. Yep.
Squatch squad
squash.
comes out of the fucking
Yep.
forest.
And it's like
just-
not even like you don't see like,
goes nuts.
oh, maybe there's two. It's just like 1, 1, 1, 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, can I get a fucking squaw?
Can I get a squatch?
Yeah, can I get a squaw? Squatch also ends up with Lady, and it becomes like
Gigadon.
fully CG.
Yes.
That
That was so good.
Yes.
God damn.
drop her like a sack of shit.
Oh!
Whoa!
This picture.
No fucking way.
Holy shit.
Oh fuck!
Oh, damn. He dropped like a
wait,
ton
what?
of
Oh my
bricks.
god!
And that guy was just like, man, that's fucked up.
They're defying physics right now.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Lady
Excellent.
turns into basically a CG piece of clay.
Yeah.
Really
Because
quick,
she's real stiff.
protagonist holds out his arms and catches a bag of socks, and
Yeah.
then like a quick cut, and then she's on the floor. You're just like, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Keep in mind, she's coming at him at like the speed of sound.
Oh,
in the-
yeah.
in the
Yeah.
fucking video, in
Yeah.
the movie.
And it looks like he
It-
fucking hurls her.
yeah, he
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
like he didn't
Yeah.
like
But-
underhand toss her. It was
Right.
No,
go
that was-
catch
yeah.
this vortex
Yeah.
football
He
hard.
four-seamed that lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he caught like a fucking 150-pound woman
Right. And he caught it the way I would if I were to throw Andrew my phone right now. Just here,
Right.
Yeah, just
not braced, fucking squared up, man. Like parallel or perpendicular to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Don't put a leg back. Fuck it.
yeah. I mean, he should have been through several trees, in my opinion. But
It should have just been her weird claymation body and like a trail of blood.
oh God.
Movie?
Movie. Well,
Movie.
more importantly, first time.
Yeah. We popped your cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More like a watermelon, you handsome bitch.
Yeah.
Like those elephants. Well, we'll have Aaron go first.
Yeah.
What do you think, Aaron?
All right.
What was it worth?
It was not worth $1.
Yeah.
The beginning was really strong.
Yeah.
That last 20 minutes was pretty strong. I'm gonna give this one 40 cents. That's how much I pay to watch this movie.
I think for me, I would give it like 50.
Okay.
And I agree with your bookend like analysis,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I judge it more on the quality of the highs.
Yes.
I love that whipping scene so much. That's 25 cents right
For
there.
sure.
And then when the bunch of Sasquatches show up at the end, that's another 25 cents, baby.
Right.
So, yeah 50 cents. 25 for the beginning, 25 for the end.
You basically took my thing of like the peaks were so fucking good.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss to the beginning, chef's kiss to the end.
Totally.
I'm a little higher on it. I'll give it like 75, 3/4.
Oh, okay.
But I enjoyed the peaks so much. It was
You
so
did.
fucking
You did.
fun.
You were having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Just the whipping scene alone was worth
It was so good.
50 cents.
I'd
pay 50 cents to
10
watch
cents
that.
for each frame of that shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I agree with you guys. The highs were pretty fucking high.
Yeah.
I was pretty into that. So I'd say about 70 cents.
Oh,
yeah.
70 cents for like the rest.
For 70 cents for like everything. Like the whipping scene alone is like
50
hands
cents
down.
of your
And like
price.
a cent for every fun little scene that happened, whatever.
Yeah.
Basically, anytime Sasquatch was on screen, we had,
Cha-ching.
we had big dumb
Yeah.
smiles on our face.
We did.
So I agree with you that there were little micro hits
Yeah.
throughout the movie. So,
Yeah.
I'm down
You
with
mentioned
that.
it during during the film proper, but the moment the characters start talking, you're out.
Yeah, I don't think we actually listened to anything they said.
But to this movie's credit, I'm almost happier that there was more nobody talking and just kind of ambling through the woods
Yeah.
rather than them trying to expedition dump. Like just explaining the Sasquatch lore. Oh, we found out that 10,000 years ago, humans separated off from the Squatch and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
We don't
Get
need that
in the
bullshit.
suit, Grandma. Unrelated to the movie as well.
I think we can end on that shit.
Yeah? Cool.
Oh boy, another great episode of Dollar Bin of Doom. Probably my favorite so far. That's not true. I love the Tony Hawk one. Make sure you like the video and share with your dumb friends. And leave a comment letting us know if you thought it was worth $1. Until next time, idiots.